Thank you, Mr. Zoter. Thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you also, Professor Laar, for having me. It's a big honor. I hope everybody joined its break. Let me briefly start saying that I'm doing this from Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands. And as you may all know, it's a very populous, dense country and also a city. And as we're in a semi-lockdown situation, all of my neighbors are also working from home. So I hope the internet will remain stable. If not, maybe then sometimes it's just 5 seconds off. But let's bear with me. Thank you so much for your attention already. So indeed,
Vanessa, can you share on full screen?
Oh yes, I can.
Having the other bit. Okay. Rich one, just show us how to do that.
No, I have to do it myself.
Okay, yeah.
So then I will do it again like this. 1 second. It's this one and then this. Does it work like this?
Wonderful. Excellent, okay. Excellent.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. So as you also already introduced, I will just briefly say something about Ghanaian urban food environments coalitions that we are trying to set up from a brand new organization, the Netherlands Food Partnership. As you also said, my name is Vanessa Nigten and I'm a knowledge broker in that organization. Actually, the organization will start indeed running from January 1 on, and it's building further on 2 Dutch organizations, AgriPro Focus and the Food and Business Knowledge Platform. And actually, the Netherlands Food Partnership will be the leading Dutch instrument to facilitate necessary acceleration in achieving the SDG 2 goals. And you can also read about our purpose. That's actually about collaboration to reach that SDG 2. And we, as knowledge brokers and coalition builders, will work together with various partners internationally to try to realize this. We will do so by, as we call it, boosting transformative approaches for sustainable food systems and healthy diets. And we want to identify or initiate or accelerate coalitions in low and middle income countries, which will have impact and achieve scale and should be sustainable. And the idea is that we can do that by delivering 5 services. You can see them marked here. The first one is to connect people. So we're trying to bring together the right people around transformative ideas to boost SDG 2. And also we want to connect knowledge. It's a very important part of the work. We want to collect and connect and combine knowledge of all involved stakeholders and everything that is already out there to build further on. And from there, the idea is to foster innovation, to create experimental space, to prototype new approaches and solutions, and to stimulate actually sort of cutting edge interventions. And from all that, we also want to facilitate to learn from each other, and we also want to communicate about it. And the idea for criteria is that they will have impact for food system change, and that they show a pathway to sustainability, that also the support of this Netherlands Food Partnership organization is critical, and also that the coalitions that we will facilitate to develop are additional to existing initiatives. And also that they have a sort of a Dutch connection. So as I said, the Dutch Food Partnership should play a role there. Then actually we were exploring what kind of themes could be on our agenda. And one of the themes that popped up was urban food environments. This derives from the work of the organization that we're building further on, in particular, the work in the field of nutrition and the food systems. And really food environments, and I don't have to say the audience anything about it because you know so much about it, but it is a bit underexplored, but it has a huge potential to change food systems and to improve food nutrition security. So that's why that's one of the themes we picked up to try to see whether that could be a theme for a first coalition to build. There has been some work done in Netherlands international partnerships on measuring food environments. And also, of course, beyond the Netherlands, as all those days are also showing us, all those conference days. But we are focusing to apply a practical approach for effective interventions. And actually, we chose Ghana as a starting case because it's one of the front runners, as we have also in the last days in the field of research and also policy wise. And also there are many ties already existing between the Netherlands and Ghana. So we built further on the partnerships that are already and the programs that are already existing. The content and the way such a coalition can be developed will be done together with the stakeholders. And also the exact city that will be chosen in Ghana will be defined later. And maybe there will be one big coalition, or there can be one big coalition with various sub-coalitions. That is to be decided also during the process. Well, actually, what have we been doing so far? We started with a literature mapping and an inventory of actors working on the topics. And from those mappings and reviews, as I said, Ghana appeared to be a front runner. So that's also why we tried to see whether we could work further with our Ghanaian partners. We did so by having explorational talks with all kind of experts, as in Ghana, as in the Netherlands, as internationally. And we were happy to learn that actually potential coalition members confirmed that international support to form a coalition is critical. And we they all expressed a big need for multi-stakeholder partnerships. Because there are so many great initiatives going on, but there was a sort of quest to try to link various initiatives up to each other. And then we drafted a sort of a first background document. If you're interested, we can share that. It shows a bit more information about the role of healthy diets in Africa and related system challenges. And it's also showing some first ideas of potential added value of a coalition. And then from there, we had a first coalition meeting, and the most important speaker there was Professor Laar, of course, because he is so the most knowledgeable in this field, I think, so far. Then we addressed the question how to combine local needs, policies, and scientific insights into joint practical solutions that put the urban consumer central, with the aim to make their diets more nutritious. And actually, what we did is that we gave all the participants, there were some 30 of them, nutrition experts, urban planners, people with a background in labeling, but also representatives of producers, consumers, also from the informal sector. We gave them the opportunity to bring in leverage points that could be taken up by such an international coalition. And as you can see on the slides, there were actually 5 major themes that came up from the audience. And the most important one was in the field of food policy. I will go through it very rapidly, but there was an idea to contribute to the policy direction and implementation. There are ideas to strengthen advocacy, to further implement national products on nutrition standards, to promote healthy food consumption. It's all very general still, but all those experts have a lot of ideas behind. Then there were some ideas about approaching everything in a more coherent and integral way. So coherence across actors, and taking the whole food systems view. Ideas about maybe trying to shorten value chains, and of course also the issues of sustainability, circularity, and resilience came up. Then there is much said about ideas for public-private cooperation, initiatives, action, also to engage authorities and regulators, something about working on the nexus water, food, and energy in public-private partnerships. And also it was mentioned that it would not be bad if private sector actors could take the lead.
You got 2 more minutes, Vanessa.
Yeah, okay, I'm almost done. Thank you so much. So, well, let me skip this then, but there was also something said about urban planning. We had some urban planners on board, as I said, and knowledge work. From there, actually, we also asked the potential coalition partners to what their contribution to the coalition could be. That is mentioned on this slide, and I'm sure that the organizers will share it with everybody so that you can just afterwards read that, but it was in particular about linking actors and also about concrete implementation activities, education. Almost done. So from there, we continue our work. Actually, the calls will continue. So anybody that is interested to meet us is free to contact me to talk about this initiative. We will draft a proposal for coalition shape, including the leverage points that we want to take up, and some of them are suggested here. So and they were suggested by the stakeholders we have been talking to, so that we could think of composing an overview paper with, and the knowledge that is already there, like sort of based on the background document that's already there. Also continue the mapping of stakeholders that could really make a difference on the ground. And I think also very interesting for this audience could be to jointly work on how to translate knowledge to policy, but also how to translate that policy into concrete actions. The possible next coalition meeting will be next year. So I think I went through it very rapidly. Thank you so much for your attention. Again, I would really like to emphasize that everybody that is interested to know more, please contact me, and just let's make an arrangement to continue talking about this if this is of your interest. Thank you very much.